Mingalabar Kamya, I'm Angus Watson with the top stories for DVB. The leader of Burma's largest non-state army says the group will work with whoever forms government after the election. Speaking at a conference of ethnic armed groups at his Wa State Army headquarters in Pangsang, UWSA militia chief Bao Yuk Zhang pledged to continue his group's bilateral ceasefire with Naypyidaw whether the government remains in power or not. Bao said if there is a new government, it must move towards a genuine federal union for Burma, and urged that political solutions be brought to the table to resolve ethnic issues instead of resorting to military measures. The Conference of Ethnic Armed Groups was set to wind up in Wa territory today. The meetings have seen the coming together of armies still locked in war with the current Burmese government, including the Kokang, Ta'ang, Arakan and Kachin rebel armies. Sunday's general election could be transformative for Burma, but with now finalised electoral rolls still riddled with errors, many fear that they will not be able to vote. Less than 1 week out from polling day, the Election Commission is issuing slips to those whose names do not appear correctly on the voter list, to ensure that they can cast a ballot on election day. The slips may provide some reassurance to would-be voters on election day, but what the slips won't allow for is people to vote if their names have been left off the voting list entirely. Those people have now lost the chance to have their say. It is supposed to be the fairest election in decades, but for many Muslims in Burma, the upcoming vote is only fueling fear. With just days to go, followers of Islam across the country are coming up against barriers to participation. On Sunday, no Muslims will appear on ballots for the ruling party or the opposition National League for Democracy. Roughly 100 Muslim candidates were struck off following pressure from an increasingly powerful group of Buddhist ultra-nationalists this year. Now, Human Rights Watch warns that the upcoming polls could reignite communal violence.
We're expecting that we're going to have to be on high alert in some areas where there may be clashes connected to either trying to prevent Muslims from voting or retaliating against them after they vote.
Southeast Asian ministers gathered in Kuala Lumpur on Tuesday for the third ASEAN Defence Ministers meeting this year. Burma's Minister for Defence, Lieutenant General Sain Win, was among 10 ASEAN politicians at the three-day event, which is set to include discussion of the South China Sea dispute and the rise of the so-called Islamic State. The talks come ahead of this year's ASEAN Summit, which will also be hosted by Chair Malaysia. You can find more on all of today's top stories at dvb.no. Bye for now.